What is up, my YouTube fam? So just shot one video, shooting another one for you guys right quick. I'm gonna talk about I decided to do these in parts because I've got so much freaking crap to talk about. I've been down for a little bit. I just talked about that in my last video about the Riad Augustus. Tink tink. I've been without internet access for a little bit. Internet's been down, so I've got kind of poor cell phone service here, so I hadn't been shooting any videos because I have a bad habit of if I shoot a video and don't upload it right then, it does not get uploaded at all. So I've just been kind of sitting on hold for a minute. But in the meantime, I have gathered up a lot of stuff that I need to talk about. So I say as usual, as I try to do every time, before we get started, we like to pop a top for my buddies out there, Jared and Kara Neve, Super Steel Steve, Corey Glasser, my buddy across the street, Carl Hartunian. That's my homeboy. He's my only, like, face-to-face knife guy that I have around. Everybody else is internet, and nobody lives close to me because apparently I'm too cool for everybody. So I live in Alabama, and you have to be a certain level of coolness or they don't let you live here. But yeah, so Woodland Tactical, Patty's Potato Peelers, Blue Collar Survival, all the people who shout out my channel and are so good to me in the knife community, man, thank you as usual. Without each other, then this whole damn thing would mean nothing and it would be pretty freaking boring. And oh shit, I forgot to say, excuse my language, I've been trying not to do that because my kids watch these videos sometimes. Oh crap, start that over. I forgot to say, I am now I guess you would consider it like self-named member of the HRC police. So I don't know if anybody caught Steve's video the other day. I'm hoping that you did. If you didn't, you're making a huge mistake because it was not only hilarious, but it was very insightful and full of information. Steve made some knives at his house and eliminated all the BS that goes along with all the Apostle P and all that other whatever his name is. I don't know the guy, but apparently there's been a lot of people out there saying HRC doesn't matter, which I think any of us with a brain in our heads know is garbage because softer materials abrade quicker than harder materials. It's just kind of common sense. Steve made a perfect example. If you rub a piece of chalk on the sidewalk and you rub a piece of glass on the sidewalk, the chalk goes away quicker than the glass does. Kind of makes sense that the hardness of a material would have a lot to do with the abrasion resistance and the wear resistance, but I mean, I guess that's just too far out there for some people to grasp. But anyway, so yeah, he made a really super funny video about him being now Mr. Special Agent Balls, and he's the captain of the HRC police, and I am definitely one of his cadets. So I'm a member of the HRC police, and if you guys want to be a member of the HRC police, all you got to do is go to any one of Mr. Super Steel Steve's videos on YouTube and just comment that Bama Knife Guy says his dick replacement went well. That's all you got to do. I had a hip replacement recently. Most of you know that. Steve decided he'd go on the internet and change it to a dick replacement. I actually had people hitting me up in the DMs on Instagram asking me, like, genuinely concerned about whether or not my junk was working. I'll have everyone know it is fine. It is operational. And so is my hip, which was the actual issue. So to be a member of the HRC police, that's all you got to do. Go to Super Steel Steve's YouTube on any one of his videos and just say, hey, Bama Knife Guy says his dick replacement went well. And he'll make you an honorary member of the HRC police. But anyway, enough of the nonsense. Let's get on to what the video is about. This video actually is kind of about Mr. Super Steel. Let me get a little pop off this here IPA moment, please. Oh man, so good. So recently, my buddy Corey Glasser sent me this beautiful Curtiss Cruz. I mean, when I tell you, dude, this knife is amazing. I don't think I've ever felt a knife this size be this light and super thin behind the edge. I'm out of frame here because I'm too excited. Calm down, Bama. Yeah, so it's Damascus, thin behind the edge. It's just a beautiful titanium knife, carbon fiber on the front, gigantic pivot. Really super cool knife, expensive knife. But Corey's my boy, and he got this knife, and he only had it for a few days, and he loved it so much, and he was so excited about it. You know how you do when you're excited about something, you go to your nearest, close friend, and you're like, dude, you got to check this out. So that's what happened here. Corey was super stoked about it, and he was like, dude, you've got to get this in hand, man. You're going to love it. So he knows how excited I get about quality craftsmanship and build quality, man. I get stoked about it. That's with anything. It doesn't even have to pertain to knives. I'm a gun guy. I custom build rifles. I custom build long range rifles, AR platform rifles, close combat type stuff. I build stuff like that, and I put a lot of craftsmanship and a lot of thought into my components and parts, and not just with knives, guns, and things. I'm that way with anything. Like Steve will tell you, craftsmanship applies to everything, even in the kitchen, man. The way you build a dish. I'm into anything that has to do with someone doing a job super well, and someone who's put the time and effort into learning their craft and does it at the top tier, and is just, I just really like that stuff, man. I really like passion. It doesn't matter if you're passionate about the best way to crack an egg. If you are the man when it comes to cracking an egg, dude, I'll freaking subscribe to your Patreon and watch you crack freaking eggs, because you're that damn passionate about it. And I'm just a passionate dude when it comes to life in general, and I love passion. I love seeing people be involved in their craft. And so that pertains and applies to knives very heavily, because knives are something that performs a task. They have an action, they have a grip, they have all these different things that interface with the human hand. And in order for it to do it well and be able to fit in an array of different hand sizes and shapes and types and be used for different jobs, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to put a lot of craftsmanship into it. And Curtiss Knives does that. I have obviously no affiliation with them. My channel's way too damn small. So when you guys hear me raving about something, know that it's not because I was given any damn thing. It's because if I find something I really like, I'm going to tell you about it. Curtiss Knives. This is my one and only experience with their products. And man, this freaking thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. They do a really good job. Everything that they do well. And it just looks like they put a lot of heart and a lot of thought into every piece that they produce. From what I can tell, the research I've done online, and then my in-hand experience here with this Cruz, really dig it. So Corey sent me this because he knew I would enjoy it. It's not going back to Corey, however. Corey also sent me, and I'll get into that in a second, he also sent me this Kershaw Skyline. He put these carbon fiber scales on here. It looks really nice. The Kershaw Skyline is a nice little, kind of 3.5 finger. I don't know how long that blade is, but I would assume it's 3 inches, maybe 3.25, something like that. I'm not a specs guy. Come on, guys. But it's in Damascus as well, and it's Alabama Damascus. So if you kind of see the theme and where I'm headed here, Corey sent this along as well. Super lightweight, but it is Alabama Damascus, which some people kind of call junk Damascus. But if you ask people who work with it and who make knives out of it, like Corey Glasser does, he likes it, and other people that I know that use it to make knives, they like it. If you know how to use it and you know how to treat it and you know how to, work with it, it's a damn good steel. So we've got, I don't think I mentioned it, but this is obviously Damasteel. So you've got Damasteel. You've got Alabama Damascus, and then I'm sure most people who watch my channel saw that I got this not long ago, this Civivi Backlash in, I think it's a 9CR, whatever the hell, 9CR 14 MOV, however you say that, Damascus. So it's a Chinese Damascus. So we've got 3 different Damascus steels here. Damasteel, Alabama Damascus, and then Chinese Damascus. So these are going to be going out to Steve. Corey actually came up with the idea to take his $1,500 or $1,400 knife, whatever it is, and send it over to Steve, which is kind of like, you know, throwing a Fabergé egg off a bridge. But I'm just kidding, Corey. You know that Steve's going to take amazing care of your stuff. But yeah, Corey came up with the idea of sending these 3 Damascus steels and letting Steve do a cut test with them. Steve likes to do cut tests. He likes to do comparisons. He keeps up with the data. And we thought, since Steve has never tested Damascus steel, he's never tested Alabama Damascus, and he's never tested Chinese Damascus, especially, I mean, I don't know if he has, but especially not from Civivi, this would be a great opportunity to find out what these steels do. This, I'm not sure how much this knife is. Couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if it's 60 bucks or 260 bucks. I'm sure it's not much more than that, but I do know that I got this one for like 80, or 70. So I would love to know, and I'm sure most people would love to know, what do you gain? We know what you gain in build quality, and we know what you gain in aesthetics, and we know what you gain in materials. But what do you gain in performance? That's a great question. And these are very similar as far as geometry goes, in the thinness behind the edge, this one being the thinnest one, the Civivi. But they are all extremely thin behind the edge. They're all about the same size. The blade stock is very similar. So it's going to be really cool to find out what do you gain. You know, the Curtiss is obviously thicker in blade stock, but they are pretty close. So it's going to be cool to find out what you gain in performance. That's what a lot of us want to know here lately. These higher end knives used to be about the aesthetics, but nowadays you've got guys that are, you know, buying like Riyadh. I mean, people buy these $400, $500 knives, and they go out and they freaking use them. So it'll be cool to see what's the difference in $1,400 here. What are you gaining? So these are going out to Steve this week to let him do his cut testing while we listen to some awesome ass Logan music and see what we get here. I'm excited to find out. I'm sure Corey is. I know Steve is. He told me that he can't wait to test them and see what he can get out of them. So be looking for that. Definitely be looking out for that, because that's going to be a super cool test. But yeah, so 3 different Damascus steels, 3 different levels, 3 different types. That'll be fun to watch. So but that's it. Yeah, so that's it for the Curtiss, the Skyline, and the Backlash. I just wanted to let you guys know that, and let you know about the Curtiss and how much I thoroughly have enjoyed it, and I'm going to miss not having it to play with. But so that's it. I'm going to end this one here, and I'll be posting another video after this one. I've got so much to talk about, and I just don't want to jam it all into one. So you guys will probably see 3 or 4 uploads from me tomorrow, hopefully, if I can get it done. But yeah, that's it, guys and gals. I love ya, and I am out.